Yes. Running a little late. Sorry, my soul peeps. All right. So we are doing all signs today. Yes. Make sure to hit that like button when you come in because it keeps the algorithm pumping. Every little bit of support helps. So yeah, we are doing the all signs general reading for Gemini season. Salute to the Geminis, the twins of the zodiac, uh, the wild bunch. They call them the two-faced. Whatever you want to deem them are, they are air signs. They are mutable. I'll go into that in a little bit with discussing the introduction. So, just to tap in really quickly, there's going to be a full moon on the 31st, but some of us could feel the effects happening today, tomorrow, closer into the weekend. Anytime there's a full moon, that has to do with an ending, so that beginnings can happen, right? And the moons have to do with emotion. So it will be in the sign of Sagittarius. And, I called Sagittarius affectionately my little peculiar bunch. And what's up with the texting? Oh. And, just because they have this unassuming way about them, they're sweethearts on surface level, but they're fire signs. So don't get that misconstrued that these peculiar bunches, these friendly little beings will pop off in a minute. Don't ever get Sagittarius twisted. So nudges, you'll get focused and aim on your target. These are some of the attributes that could be happening during this full moon. All right, getting out of your comfort zone and taking calculated risks, because Sagittarius is the sign that moves. They don't really like to stay in one area for too long. If they don't have to, they like to travel, venture out. So for case in point, Taurus or Virgo or Pisces, we kind of like to be in our comfort zones. This full moon is going to be nudging us to try to get out of that. Okay. Full moons bring closure. As I said, it's endings, right? So you may finally understand something that's always been puzzling you. Okay. This full moon, I'm reading out of my little notes that I took, so I'm looking down. That's why. Salute to everybody coming through. All right, this full moon will have two very different aspects. The first is that Uranus will conjoin. Now, listen, disclaimer, I'm not an astrologer, astronomer. So anytime you hear these fancy words like conjunct, trine, things of that nature, I don't know. I just follow some astrologers that I find very interesting, and they make the planets and these aspects, another word that they use, more interesting, not only just with the signs, right? Not only dealing with zodiacs, but dealing with these planets that have an effect on, society, have an effect on humans, animals, all right? All living things, rather. Creatures, I was going to say. Some of us humans are creatures. So this full moon is going to be the first in Uranus, and it will conjoin the sun in your partnership sector. So partnerships is usually either the 7th house or the 2nd house. And don't get me all riled up with the houses either. There's 12 houses. Each house represents a certain aspect, if you will, that, let's say for 4th house, that's Cancer. And that has to do with family, friendship, pets. 6th house has to do with pets as well. So please, I, tell everyone to, if they can, or advise rather, don't like to tell, but advise people to check what your natal chart is. You check what your astrological chart is. If you can get it, if you can get your chart read, that's amazing as well. Some of these uh, astrologers are on the pricey scale, so whatever. There are free apps that you can use on the website that if you know what your time of day you were born, the city you were born in, you put that into the calculations and you will get where your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus sits, what sign it sits in. It gets a little too technical when you start seeing that it conjoins and trines and sextiles and all this stuff, because again, you really need somebody professional to break all that down for you. But if you just know the basics like I do, which is really your sun, moon, your rising, your Venus, I even go into Mars, that just really gives you a kind of a ballpark estimate about what's going on, and it correlates with the moon. Every time there's a full moon, we're all feeling the energy of that particular sign. So that's how I break down the readings as well. Most readers do go by the sun, moon, rising, and Venus, or some will do Saturn, some will put Pluto in, because Saturn has to do with the discipline, the learning aspect. So does Pluto. So I don't really like to get that technical. Again, I really like, I'm a very simple person at heart. I like simplicity. I like basic, show me in layman's terms what it is so that I can understand it. All right. So also, it could bring an unwanted surprise. Head is in the building. Salute, super salute to you. Thank you for coming through. And yes, those reels that you be sending me, OMG. Talk about funny. Head be having me cracking up. Ronin, the flying guillotine 22. I mean, be rolling. In the middle of the night, I'll catch it late and see it and just be like, we all need a laugh. We all need a laugh because this society is getting a little too out of hand. All right. So again, this full moon could bring unwanted surprises, events. You have Jupiter, Venus in Gemini. Let me check you out. Head, check you out. Says I saw Jupiter and Venus. Let me put that into the section here up on board. I saw Jupiter and Venus in Gemini with Mercury. I thought that was is that in your chart? There's a lot of stuff. That's what I'm saying. It's very technical. There's like, if you want to get to a surgeon, you're not going to go to a regular doctor to do heart surgery, right? You're going to go to a specialist that's going to fix your heart. Your doctor can diagnose it, but the specialist is going to go in and fix it, right? Hopefully. Mostly. However, same thing with astrology, right? You don't just go to, you don't just want to know the basics, right? Like your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, your Jupiter, your Mercury, things of that nature. Some readers do put Mercury in their readings as well. You would go to a professional to get your chart broken down for you and know the things to look out for, the things that has happened. It's kind of like doing a reading with the cards, except but the cards are you. You are the gram, okay, that the astrologer is reading into. So there's a lot of things that show up, using that chart. Numerology is also another aspect to you as well. I like to incorporate numbers when I'm doing the readings because that, may be more significant to some people. And numerology, you can also go to a reader and get your numbers read, you know, learning what your life path is, learning what your soul urge is. That means your purpose in life, your spiritual purpose in life. Then there's master numbers. Like there's just a slew of esoteric information, and some would put it as occult knowledge, whatever. However you're looking at it, it's good information. You know, it's not always taboo. It's not always demonic. It's not always evil. You got to think that the ancient ancestors used all this stuff. It was tools. They studied the stars. You know, they studied the planets, and it was for food and agriculture and, you know, land where they could move, you know. So to now, you know, have a certain group of people demonize it as demonic, or meanwhile they use it all the time. Okay, these so-called you know, and I'm not trying to bash any one religion, but a lot of these Christians, Catholics, they're the ones they're the ones telling you it's evil, right? Meanwhile they use these numbers all the time. They use astrology all the time. So anyway, back to the full moon, because I don't want to go into that tangent. It will bring an unwanted surprise event, or a comment that could perplex you. And it would involve a close relationship in love or in business. So someone could be, you know, bringing a surprise to you that you didn't see this coming, and it could be coming from the love department or a business, you know, relationship. Or they may say something to you that's, you know, perplexing you, that's surprised to even hear this, you know, whether it's good or bad, a surprise, right? The second part, the aspect to this full moon, right? Because I did say there's two very different aspects coming through, is that Saturn, okay? Well, I was talking about Saturn just a little while ago back. Saturn is the big daddy. Saturn is the karmic lessons, if you will, the discipliner. It is the patriarch, right? So father figures. So think of Saturn in that way. It's very masculine in its energy, okay? So Saturn will form a perfect trine. Again, those words, trine, aspect, conjunct. I don't know what they mean, so please, disclaimer. But you could read it up. I think trine means it's crossing, right? Conjunct means it's adding to. Please I'm just a messenger. Do not shoot me. All right, so it's gonna form a perfect trine, which is great harmony. And I do know that Jupiter is sitting in Cancer right now, and Cancer again is mother. It is love, happiness, family, and Jupiter brings abundance, brings fortune. So we'll see, because I'm still sitting here waiting Jupiter, maybe by my birthday. So it's going to be bringing stability, comfort, and support to build a solid foundation for the future. Now, as it was saying in the other aspects, some of us might be uncomfortable with this shaking and moving that this full moon is presenting to us. And some of us, it will be just right. It is just what the doctor ordered. All right. So now going back to hurricanes in the building. I literally saw this last week. Oh, okay. Salute, Brother Hurricane. Thank you for stopping through. And much love to you as well. I saw you were live earlier, but I was getting myself together. It's like we two ships passing. So yeah, and it's also going to be a blue moon. Now, will the moon be blue when you look at it? Absolutely not. This has to do with harvesting. This is what our ancestors called and looked at. So we can't take everything literally. However, people will use that term figuratively now, right? Oh, every blue moon she comes around. Every blue moon he calls me, right? That's the term. That's because it's every once in a while this moon shows up. But it's really not about the color. Red moons do exist because that has to do with the sun's. Here we go again. Not a scientist, not an astrologer, not an astronomer. I don't play one on TV. I do not pretend to know what all that means. I know a little something. what I understand the red moons to be is the dusting of the sun and the earth flying about, showing, maybe you guys know, right? Facts. Okay. That's it. Again, I'm a very simple person, not simple minded, but I'm a simple person. I really like things very in layman's terms. I don't like complication at all. I am not a confrontational person. I don't conflicts. I will try to solve them as best as possible, but I like things very simple. I'm not a woman that, nor was I a girl that, we got to eat at a fancy spot. We got to have seafood. No, I told y'all before, my first date with my husband at the time was my boyfriend. We sat down on 50 something street and split a halal rice and chicken aluminum dish together. And that was like one of our first dates. So yeah, we didn't have any real money like that to go splurging and eat fancy. And he's allergic to shellfish, so I can't even eat shrimp around him. I can't eat crabs, mussels, clams, none of that around him because he will essentially die. So we don't want that because I ain't trying to go to no Sing Sing, Alcatraz for no man unless he does something to my child. But talking about your sun, your moon, your rise. So that's that with the full moon. Okay, so look out for that energy. It'll be here during the weekend. It's going to be peak at May 31st. I did want to talk about Uranus and Gemini right now because we are in Gemini season. And Gemini season apparently has been bringing a lot of spiciness, a lot of feistiness, a lot of heat, a lot of back talk, a lot of outspokenness. In some places, it's being sassy. I don't like that. I don't like that energy. But that's Gemini. Gemini, if you think about Tupac, one minute he's, sweet, charming, alluring, and then the next minute he's firing off like an AK. And he's like talking about die mofo, die slow. My AK, will take your life, your kid's life. Your kids is gonna. Okay, that's the spiciness. Trump, another Gemini, talking real reckless, doing real out of pocket stuff right now, right? Him and his regime. So yeah, that's what Gemini is. And it's dual personality, it's dual energy that they got going on, yin and yang, feminine, masculine, so they're definitely I can't say I like or don't like Gemini energy, and I've never really had to deal with Geminis like family wise, yeah, but once they show you your hand, it's like, all right, because Geminis can't really keep undercover. They're not like who can I say that's like low key, or even in their aspects, in their air energy. So I would say they're not low key like an Aquarius. Gemini is a little more overt in their they can be overt and then they can calm down, but they'll always show you their hand eventually. You just wait and see. That's all. So I like to read for your sun sign, Gemini, right? Since we're in Gemini energy, that's your whole encompassing your ego. That's you, all right? But I also do your moon sign, your rising, and your Venus. The moon is about your emotions. It's the side that not everybody gets to see. It's not for public domain. It's the private sector. It's your family sees this, your loved ones, your relationships sees this emotion, your children, right? They see your moon aspect. Your rising, this is why it's good to know what time you were born, because you could narrow down the moon, and also know that the moon changes, right? Every 2.5 days. So this I know. It changes. So while, case in point, I'm a Taurus moon, we're going into, the full moon of Sagittarius. So we'll all be affected by Sagittarius's energy, regardless of what your moon sign is. It may enhance or, decrease its value in your moon sign, right? Your rising sign is also like the moon, also like your sun sign. It is the representative. It is what everybody sees. It's how you present yourself in a business aspect, not so much in a relationship, but possibly in a crowd setting, people will see that. Okay, and the rising is the sign that was going over your horizon when your mother was giving birth. So it was going horizon over the sun or the moon. Again, don't shoot the messenger. And lastly, your Venus. Venus has to do with beauty, has to do with love, money, love not only for self, but for others, and the simplistic things. Again, like it's my Taurus moon that really loves like simple things, comfort. I like beautiful things. I like things that, yeah, can be expensive, but I'm not grandiose with it. Like you come into my house, it's very comfort. It's very low key. I don't have gaudy stuff around. I don't like clutter. So it's, your Venus is kind of like that as well, but it likes, it can be a little showy, but it's feminine in its aspect. So it'll be, a little more subtle, as opposed to like the rising where it's like in your face. All right. The last thing is I read in the elements and going according to the Gregorian calendar. So we're first going to start off with the air signs, and that is Gemini, Libra, and then Aquarius. So I go in order of who's first, second, last. Then we're going to be moving on to water because Cancer is the next up on the birthday list. So it'll be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Now, these signs also have what you call, not the aspects, but they have modalities, and there are 3 of them. Okay. And the modalities for they clump them together. They clump the signs together as well. So for Gemini, as I mentioned before, Gemini is a mutable sign. The mutable signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. And what that all means is that they're flexible, that they are versatile. They can be the finishers, meaning whatever is out set to be done, they can get it done. And they have communicative skills, which means they're very flexible in how they speak. Almost kind of like a Mercurian aspect, right? Then you have the fixed signs. So in the air element, the fixed sign would be Aquarius. So also Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. These are the little. Cancer is not a fixed sign, but Cancer could be stubborn. Capricorns are stubborn, and Tauruses are stubborn. All right. Those are the little knuckleheads. Those are the ones you got to keep knocking. Like, listen, all right, you know what? Go, Capricorn, go do you. Cancer, go do. Taurus, you know what? Because y'all going to learn the hard way. And we do all the time. I'm a Cancer sun sign, moon Taurus. You talk about stubborn. Listen, I'm an Aquarius rising, so that's fixed. I moved to my own beat. Like, yeah. I don't like to be on anybody's clock. I don't like. So fixed signs are stabilizers. They're reliable. They do get the job done as well. They're resistant to change, meaning they don't really like change. They kind of relish in the comfort of things. And then lastly is the cardinal signs. Those are the leaders. They get the job done. They're the initiators and known for their leadership qualities, ability to start new endeavors. They don't always necessarily finish these endeavors. And I'd like to say that's for Cancers because, as a Cancer speaking, I'll start shit off. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah. Great idea. I'll start doing a couple of chapters in, and then I'm moving on to the next thing. It's like, what? So cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. All right. They are dynamic, ambitious, and driven, often setting trends and embracing change. All right. So when I speak of, air signs, or rather when I speak of a mutable, fixed, etc., cardinal, understand that that's that. December Capricorns are super stubborn. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. My mother-in-law is a December. No, I'm sorry. She's a January Capricorn. But I had a bestie that was like my cousin's sister growing up. She was a December Capricorn. And they can be, they're so fun. Capricorn and a Cancer together. What? That's the mother and father. That's the sister signs, right? So you are with your bestie. You're with this person that gets you. Capricorn is masculine, so they'll be, a little aggressive, and Cancers in nature are, feminine, mother, nurturing. So we'll be the more caring, like, I don't know if we should do that. Capricorn's like, yo, we in, let's go. And that was how my best friend was. She was always like the initiator, because she's a Cardinal, she's a Capricorn. And being the initiator sometimes will get your ass in trouble, because here I go. Bonnie and Clyde there, Thelma and Louise, she and I, and we got into a lot of trouble. So you don't necessarily want to Cancer and a Capricorn together. Because they will get into all kinds of trouble. Cancers with pretty much anybody will get. Cancer somehow is in the mix of getting in trouble for some reason. But that's neither here nor there. And I'm not implementing myself in anything. All right, let's move on to the signs then, shall we? Let's get on with Gemini for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Let me put the banner up. And let's get into it. All right, that was not too long of a talk. So I'm going to be using the Heart Oracle deck, the Heart Oracle. Okay. Let me just close out this door here. Why is this not showing? Show. StreamYard, you're taking too long here. Here we go. Okay. Alrighty. It's on the tape on your dresser. Yeah. Oh no, I just saw something on the dresser. Oh no, it didn't show. All right, sorry guys. Welcome to one of my children's. All right. So Gemini, let's kick it in for you guys. Your sun, moon, rising, your Venus. All right. Bonnie and Clyde, yeah. We Bonnie and Clyde. Pisces and Cancer is a Bonnie and Clyde type dynamic as well. Speaking personally, and they can definitely. I think Cancer would be the little more dominant one in the out of the two, but they are definitely they won't get into trouble too much. Because if you got a Capricorn and a Cancer roaming around, that's two cardinal signs here. So can you imagine? And Libra. And you guys know I will talk about who my favorites are. Capricorn, don't take it any disrespect, but I do have my favorites out of the bunch. Out of the 12 signs, 5 are my favorite. And not even Cancers. Cancers are not on the radar either. So I don't even like, oh, it's about to rain and storm. But it's just personal experience and observation with certain people, certain signs that I just gel. I like them. Aquarius, I never had that interaction, but I really like Aquarian energy. Oh, it's gonna storm, y'all. Let me turn my light on because it just went dark. So, yes, Gemini, let's see what's cooking for you guys. Your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. Why is it not showing? Can y'all see the banner and stuff up there? Because StreamYard is acting funky right now, so I keep hitting show. It's not showing. All right. I'm getting OCD with it. I don't like that. All right, Gemini, you have take the lead, number 3 here. All right, take the lead. Middle of the deck is simply love. And as we were talking about leadership, and then bottom of the deck is the Fool card, again taking the lead, trusting. This is new beginning. It's the Fool card. It's Aquarian energy. So, you're in your season right now. So this is the time to just seize that moment. Okay, seize that moment. Take the lead. There could be an opportunity with business, travel, and or relationship. There might be a pregnancy, okay, and either with you or around you. Remember, this is the energy. Also, guys, this is a general reading. This is why I say take the moon, the rising, and the Venus as well. Incorporate that as a puzzle for the reading to get a better understanding. Because if your sun sign message is not making sense to you, maybe your moon sign will, right? But remember, they're general readings, so we want to chew the fat and spit out the bones. Okay. So Gemini, yeah, and let's clarify this using the Witch's deck, not my Old Faithful. What does this take the lead? Ooh, 4 of Pentacles. So Earth energy. Middle of the deck is the Chariot here in reverse. Oh, bottom of the deck is the Lover's card, Gemini energy. Okay. So yeah, this definitely could be about a relationship here, okay, or pregnancy. The 4 of Pentacles is Earth energy, so Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Protecting your assets, Gemini. It's okay to be a little stingy at this time. Maybe you need to, if you're going to be planning a travel or a move, it's best to, save up your coins, not, splurge during this time. Let people listen, it's your birthday, so let them splurge. Let your loved ones splurge on you. Right. But I feel that, during this season, it definitely is work related. I mean, you could be in partnership with a lover, but you're looking bigger. You're looking for bigger, better things, and possibly leaving a location or opening up another location, whatever it is. Whether it, if you're a brick and mortar, if you're doing business online, it's just wanting to be a little more global at this point. Extending out of your comfort zone. Okay, let's go into the love department because we'll be doing the love readings. Let me just shuffle a little bit here because I didn't shuffle when I came on. So. Okay. So what's the message for Gemini? At 111. At 111. Keep that in mind, Gemini. Keep that number in mind for you. Those are the angel numbers, they say. Okay, so we got 2 cards. We'll take it because it's your birthday. It's your birthday. Go shorty. It's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday. So you have 2 cards in reverse, forever young, and the love language is physical touch. So you could be, having the blues about your age. We all do. Not all, excuse me, because I'm about to be 50 in July, and I'm embracing every bit of that I earn every year because I won't supposed to be here. You get what I'm saying? I embrace it. I won't supposed to be here a couple of times, but I've been here. I'm here. So, and I ain't talking about reincarnation. I'm talking about in this carnation. There's been a couple of times I was supposed to be taken off the field. Okay. Some of us have a hang up about the age. Some of us don't. you may be going through that, or if you've been in a long relationship, you may be feeling you need a little more intimacy. You guys probably started off young and now you're getting older, so you grew out of certain ways, right? But bottom of the deck is the spirit soul path. It's in reverse. You might be putting business more in front of your relationship right now. And who am I? Because I'm not a relationship therapist. Disclaimer. But if you feel, hey, money makes you happy, so be it. Maybe this new venture might start peaking and doing something for you guys. And there is then room for this good time. I'm thinking about the good times we shared together. All right, I'm no Michael Jackson, but I love that song. So we got lightning and healthy choices here. Yeah, making healthy choices in love and life, self-care. So Gemini, yeah, you probably need to put yourself first to be a little happier. Maybe you have been, giving yourself out more than you should. The middle of the deck here is coffin, so endings. All right, and then we got abundance here. Keep a positive mindset, gratitude. I feel like there's some type of expansion. All right, so maybe there could be a baby will make some of you feel happier. This is bringing that connection again with you and your spouse, or whoever is your partner. But yeah, expansion. Okay, seeking new opportunities for you is on the horizon. Okay, Gemini, that is your message. Okay, so let's move into Libra. Libra being one of my favorites. And Libra is a cardinal sign. So they get stuff done. And listen, I don't make these things, say these things. I just repeat them. But Libra, like Scorpio, Aquarius, who else is out there? I want to say Aries and Pisces can be an honorable mention as far as being overt and flirtatious. But Libras are male and female. I've been around both. One of my best friends since elementary school, my sister from another mister. We're still in contact. We still have our, she just sent me up a Tupac hat, but we're still in communication with each other. And she's a Libra. All right. So since 6th grade, I know this woman. And yeah, we're taking stuff to the grave with us, man. So Libra, let's get you guys in and see what's cooking in this Gemini season for you. Might be it may help you guys in the sense, because this is your fellow air sign here. Get you out of your shell a little bit. Get you out of your shell. All right. So Libra, let's see what's cooking for you guys. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right. So we have here Seek the Truth, number 7. So that's a spiritual number right there. So this is like intuition, Libra. Y'all always kind of get that. Last couple of readings has definitely been like tapping into your consciousness, tapping into self. Change your focus. Middle of the deck, yeah. And bottom of the deck is Leo. Sun sign here, okay? The Sun card. So that's why I was saying, yeah, during this time, Gemini energy will have you maybe speaking more, speaking up, speaking your truth, and seeking the truth. You could be maybe an avid I'm getting like, encounters and UFOs. And I mean, I ain't laughing because I'm laughing because it might sound silly to some people, but I'm into all that stuff. But like wanting to like crack the veil and just get more deeper into certain things that have been piquing your interest, or that you've known and left it alone. But it's about using your intuition, telepathy. That's part of that, subconsciousness. So with this sun sign being in Gemini and the full moon coming up in Sagittarius, which is fire, both Gemini is fire. I mean, excuse me, Gemini is air. Um, yeah, I feel like there will be some kind of exposure for you. Something that you're looking for will reveal itself. And it could be somebody that you're looking for. There could be like this truth seeker that you're looking for, or you find out all along that you are the truth seeker, looking for an oracle, somebody who can. You may want to get a reading. Listen, my calendar is open, guys. Thursday and Friday I do readings. So if you want to, as Hurricane affectionately calls me, the oracle, his oracle. Listen, you wanted to get that Libra, fine. I'm cool with it. You don't want to get a reading from me and you want to go somewhere else, fine. But I feel like that could help you as well. Let's clarify a little bit. What's this? Seek the truth. Well, I'm getting like a gut instinct here. I'm getting like a gut feeling. My stomach is like, I'm anxious and I'm excited. I feel like listen, you may encounter something otherworldly. You may see something otherworldly that, or you might have seen it and now you're like, you know what? I need to dig a little deeper and see what correlate what I just saw. Okay. Clarifying this truth, the seek the truth is the 5 of Cups here, water energy. And, that's depression. That's, love loss. But realizing that, look, you got 2 cups sitting right behind you, that if you don't cut your nonsense out, there's still some opportunity sitting right behind you. Middle of the deck is the Strength card, more Leo energy. Okay, so this is fire energy. This is getting that fire under your behind to get things done. Bottom of the deck is the 5 of Pentacles, no more lack. You may be wanting to go to like a reader or an oracle or such to find out what's going on in the love department, as I'm about to go into it now. You may be feeling like, what's wrong? Is it me? Do I have, am I out? Am I the bugged out one? Yes. Listen, Libra, yes, you are. I'm going to just say it. But yeah, you need to find out what's going on in your love department. Okay. But I still love y'all. But Libra is definitely thinking about the good times. Libras and Cancers can get in trouble too, not in a bad way. Yeah, so twin flame union. All right, guys. Libra, yeah. You're thinking about that. Trust. Middle of the deck, bottom of the deck is magnetism. You might be feeling like you don't have it. You don't got it going on, or you want to have this person that gets you, that gets the, otherworldly stuff that you could talk about, that you like to, have these metaphysical and metaphorical conversations. And, twin is referenced with Gemini. So there could be a Gemini coming through, could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and or even a Leo. This person could be a cusp, like July, August. clarify this. But understand that this twin flame term, I feel it's a very new term. I don't subscribe to it, but it has to do with spirit. It's the person who mirrors you in almost all aspects, but it's not necessarily a romantic relationship. It's a very gut wrenching, and that's probably why my stomach was bothering me just a second ago. It's a very pulling back the curtains, just as this woman is doing in this card here, seeking the truth. And there's two people there. So you may meet up with a Gemini. Somebody's going to understand you, you'll meet with somebody who gets it. But understand that if you're looking for this twin flame energy, be careful when they tell you, be careful what you wish for. That twin flame energy is no joke. Okay, it pulls down all the paradigms and all the stuff that you've had and shakes things up, all on a spiritual aspect. But this is for you to gain your higher consciousness. It's really tapping into your higher self. So it don't necessarily, you might have felt like you met somebody that's like a twin flame or a soulmate. You're reminiscing on all that, but soulmates are different. Twin flames don't necessarily stick around for the long haul. A soulmate will. And you can have a soulmate as a best friend, a soulmate as a lover. Soulmates can be, your soul tribes could be within your family, or a best friend that, like I said, she's my longest best friend now. We're soulmates. We've known each other since 12th grade. She's 49, I'm gonna be 50. So, or she's rather 48. That's a soulmate. That's there for the long run. Even if life cuts in between all of that and you have children and you carry on and stuff like that, as soon as you pick up, you feel that connection. Right. So we got not enough here. Heartbreaking, middle of the deck in reverse, and then we got soulmate here in reverse. So yeah, you could be looking for that soulmate, or you might have had that in the past and you want that again. Things will be revealed to you the next couple of days, week. Gemini season ends on the 19th, I think, of June, something like that. Don't quote me. So look out in the next couple of in a week or two, things revealing for you. All right, Gemini. Okay. Let's move on to the last of the air signs, and that is Aquarius, my other favorite sign. Where's my pen at? Okay, so Aquarius. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Okay. So, what do we have here for Aquarius and Gemini season? Too much. Okay. So we have lead, the Emperor. Middle of the deck is darkest fears. Okay. And bottom of the deck is strengthening bonds. So your card, Aquarius, is the Emperor, which is Aries energy, cardinal sign here. This could be dealing with father figures, strengthening bonds with father figures, or yourself if you're a father, Aquarius, right? Taking the lead on some things. You may need to be the, maybe it's your turn now to be the patriarch of the family and take the lead, strengthening bonds within the family there. Let's clarify a little bit more. What is this? There could be a deceased father figure, grandfather, uncle, brother that was older. Okay, they're coming through for you, extending some knowledge. We got number 4 here, so that's about building. So this is building a family, building a legacy, taking the lead on your family, but more so the legacy. Okay, it's a big responsibility, we know, but that's what we do in our families. We become the matriarch and the patriarch. Okay. What is this? Right here. Aquarius, you showed up the star card. So healing. There's a lot of family healing. You're gonna have to take this lead, um, Aquarius. So we got the 9 of Wands here. A lot of issues that went on. Um, you could literally be a soldier coming back, maybe healing yourself, healing your spiritual self. Bottom of the deck is the 10 of Cups here in reverse. You may not have a lot of family here. Maybe this is where you start your own family. This is where you start your legacy. With the star card here, you don't want to overindulge either. Okay. But it's definitely about healing. And it's a spiritual healing. Maybe you need to do a spiritual bath. Or go like on a spiritual journey, quest. And that can just be right around your local park. You don't have to go to the mountains in Peru to get that type of, if you can and you want to, absolutely. But what I'm saying is it's all within you. So, if you take a 30-minute drive out to a scenic area and just tap in with source, tap in with that energy there, that's a spiritual healing. That's a nurturing healing. Okay. Let's go into the love department, Aquarius. And the star card is Aquarius. So you got 2 major arcanas showing up. So this is very heavy energy here, but not in a bad way. It is to uplift you and let you know that, the courses are changing. And if you are and wanting to become a father figure, this is the time. Okay. Seeking knowledge about that is the time. All right. So we have here magnetism showed up. Let me just shuffle again. Okay. Friend zoned. So maybe not procreating with somebody right now, or they're friend zoning you, or you're friend zoning them. Obviously, like not obviously, but like apparently, possibly just looking at them like you just don't want to procreate with anybody. You're sizing somebody up like, could this be a good mother figure? Would this this woman bring in that nurture to my children? Maybe you're a single dad. All right, middle of the deck is this could be the one. Yeah, questioning. Could this friend possibly turn into the love of my life and procreate with me, bring in my own legacy? Is this going to be a good fit? Will she be a good mom? And then you have here, you are worthy. And I'm going to turn that upright because you don't feel like that. You may feel like this person isn't worthy, but I mean, sometimes you just know that this woman is the one, or, listen, however this fits. Okay, masculine, feminine, male, female. All right, clarify this, friends. All right. So welcoming love, meeting the one. Okay, that's clarifying that heart zone there, because you probably had some heartbreaks before, or you're going through a separation. You're just kind of figuring out, is this a potential person? We got the sword and the rose, bottom of the deck, clarity, truth. You know, where you couldn't get, or where you could get advice from like an older male figure, a father figure, if you will, that you can't anymore because they're not around. This is where you're going to have to go within and make these decisions, make this better judgment, because again, it's about legacy. It's about who's coming after you, right? And, having that male group to just kind of ping pong off how you feel can help you. And if you don't have that, this is why I'm like, you're taking the lead. You got to step up to the game. All right. Step up to the plate. All right. So open your heart, getting together. So maybe talking to this person, letting them know, you do want to get more serious. You are thinking about it. And see where it goes, Gemini, Aquarius. You could be dealing with a Gemini, but you definitely could be dealing with someone like yourself, another Aquarius. Okay. All right. So that's what I have for you guys for the air signs. Let's close out the air with the wisdom oracles. Earth, you guys are last. Sorry. Because everybody else's birthday is coming up. So Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. Taurus just had a birthday. So I just did earth signs first last month. Shall we? Stick around if you can. All right. So air signs, what is your wisdom? Okay, sun's back out. Fork in the road, 13 breaking down to 4. So decisions, okay. We have middle of the deck is the treasure island, water energy, and then between worlds. So definitely a lot of emotion and esoteric things going on. So for Libra, Gemini, again, when we talk about the number 4, that is about building, that's about stability. Sometimes it could be a little boxed in because it is squared in dynamics, right, or dimensions. But it can, if we think of the 4th dimension, it's just slightly above reality, right? The 3D, the 3rd dimension is reality. It's in your face. So Gemini might be, Libra is looking for that other dimension, right? The otherworldly. And that's moving up in a couple of dimensions, right? 4th, 5th dimension, getting up there. So some paths will open up for you guys during this time where love will be in the air for you. Truths will be revealed. Soulmates, all that kind of stuff. That will be revealing to you guys. All right. Air signs. So that is your message. Let's move on to water, which is a purifying element. Fire and water are purifying elements. Okay. So Cancer is up next. Cancer is the cardinal. It's the mother of the zodiac. Capricorn is the father. Aries is the baby, and Pisces is the old man, as they call it. So, just write this real quick. So, Cancer, being that they are the mothers, doesn't matter if you're a man or female, it is the energy of it. It is the emotions that we're dealing with. And Cancer is ruled by the moon. So yes, they can be moody, they can be temperamental, but they're also fun. They are the ride or die. I always promote Cancers to get you a Cancer as a best friend, because they are like Chucky. They're there to the end. As I said, my childhood best friend, my sister from another mister, I'm a Cancer. So Cancers and Libras can mesh. As long as there's an understanding there. Sometimes Libras don't like to listen, and I think it's more the men folk, not so much the females. But Cancers, they don't sleep on a Cancer either, because their emotions will flip. I mean, if it's still up there, the FBI has the Cancers as the number one uh, murderer based off their emotions. So yeah, you don't want to tick off a Cancer that way. Okay. I don't know why. I mean, I could see it, but I don't know why the FBI's got us up there like that. I'm like, why? Like what? What? And that's exactly how it would be like. What? What you mean? What happened? I don't know how this blood got all over. Listen, I don't know how they went to sleep. I don't know. I was watching TV. I went outside. I went to get some ice cream. I don't know what happened. You sure? All right. So Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is the message for Cancer during this Gemini season? Okay. So you have trust as well. Middle of the deck is the Hierophant or the High Priest, teach. And then bottom of the deck is Judgment, blossom. Okay, so new beginnings. Anytime we see the Fool card, that's about new beginnings, trusting this process, trusting the steps. Maybe there is a judgment coming and this is going to propel you to make a move, or you're making a judgment on whether you should make some moves, whether it's moving into a new house, new relationship, new job, maybe a new location. And trusting it wholeheartedly. Okay, so let us clarify a little bit. What is this Fool card here? Okay, again, Aquarian energy. So Aquarius is fixed, and that energy of Aquarius, I'll dive a little bit. Oh, I didn't talk too much about Aquarius. As much as I love that energy, that's technology, that is innovation, it is humanitarianism, it is being an introvert, feeling alone even with a crowd of people and then just dipping out, ghosting. That's really why I like Aquarius. It's that ghosting aspect. It's like, look, I don't feel like being bothered. I'm here, I showed up, I did what I needed to do. Now I'm bouncing. So that Aquarian energy is very like mysterious, mythical. So let's see what is this Fool card here? And Judgment is Scorpio. So, like there's an ending coming up. So a new beginning can start for you, Cancer. And you could have some spirit guides around you, some deceased loved ones. Okay. These are really guides, though, I'm getting more so. Not necessarily. I mean, your ancestors could be your guides. But they're around you. Archangel Gabriel. Okay, Archangel Gabriel is the messenger. It's one of the higher archangels up there. Not as high as Michael and Metatron, but nonetheless, he is the scribe to God, if you subscribe to that, and gives messages. So this is divine message coming through for you, Cancer. And you guys are the intuitive psychics of the group anyway, of the zodiac. So the empaths, you get it. All right, what do we have here? The King of Swords. So more Aquarius. All right, you could be dealing with Aquarius. We got the Scorpio here, middle of the deck. The Tower card in reverse. And then we got the Ten of Cups for you too in reverse. So family. The King of Swords is someone who's very sharp. This could be a father figure. I'm getting like the Judge, though, that kind of thing, because we got with this Judgment here, like court, judge, and it's in reverse. So this might be you have to be the judge of these decisions, Cancer. You are the Cardinals. You do take the lead. So this is you trusting the process, like wholeheartedly. This could be a a parental figure that passed away. So father, uncle, grandfather, someone that you're very close to, that would give you these kind of words of wisdom. Um, be on the lookout of little orbs around you. That's them. Butterflies showing up around you. That's them. That's your spirit. Uh, could be your spirit totem, spirit guide, or your deceased loved ones. You may have to leave some, maybe making that decision of having to leave somebody behind. There could be like an ending in a relationship, a divorce. Maybe that's where this judgment is coming from. Let me clarify this again really quickly. Hold on a second. Cancer. Because the king is very intuitive, sharp. It gives me Aquarian energy as well, with the being aloof, like they're there, they show up, but they don't, it's like they did what they needed to do and then they're out. Okay. You could be dealing with somebody like that. That's, not really stable. You want that. Not saying that Aquarius is not stable. I'm just saying, like, you may want, because Cancer is about stability. Okay. If I say Cancer's a ride or die, that means they're going with the wheels falling off. Okay. And you want somebody like that. You don't want somebody who's like half in, half out type shit. Right? So, okay, what is this? I mean, and this could be friends too. Friends that are like family, a close loved one, a spouse, significant other, or however you want to deem it as. All right, so we got the 9 of Wands in reverse. Middle of the deck. Yeah, this is about somebody you're connected to, very close, spouse-wise. Okay, we got the 4 of Wands here. That has to do with relationship, marriage. And then we got the King of Wands. So, yeah. Masculine energy, father figure. This could be husband if I'm talking to a female Cancer. The 9 of Wands, that's about the protection of the energy. It's almost like giving up the fight. It's like, it's the wounded soldier that I've been through a lot of things and I'm just not I'm not doing that anymore. I'm protecting my peace. I'm protecting and conserving my energy. It's fire energy. You could be dealing with a fire sign, Leo, Virgo, or Aries. Okay, heavy fire energy there. So yeah, it's about letting it go. And Cancers, don't blame you. You need somebody. You need the stability. Yeah, as soon as I cracked open the love oracles, I got marriage here. So this is definitely about a marriage or someone. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a legal marriage, but it could be because we got judgment. What I'm saying is this is a relationship that is committed, common law. You're living with each other and you're just not getting that support. So, moving on. All right, easier said than done, I know, but some things got to be done. Okay, let's just look in the love department. All right, what's going on for Cancer? Love department. I'm hearing swallow your pride. Okay, so that might be you, Cancer. Maybe needs to swallow your pride. Wow. Let go of the past. What's the other card that came out? There goes that magnetism again. Magnetism keeps wanting to come up and it's in reverse. All right, so let go of the past. Clear your energy to allow more love in your life. Well, there you have it, Cancer. What was the other card that came out? Guided steps to great love. Yeah. Bottom of the deck is finances and career. So, just probably calculating. If you do move, you do make some. It's all about calculation, and Cancers are very calculated. These Most cancers are calculated. Sometimes they can be impulsive, but for the most part, that's Aquarius too. Aquarius is calculated. Everything has to be like bang, 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 bang. So letting go of the past. If this relationship has run its course, then moving on. Okay. Or, if the person wasn't pulling their weight in the finances or in the careers, that could be what's the factor here. Okay. Because yes, while Cancer be the ride or die and hang on and stuff, it's like, okay, but we can't eat off of love. We need finances. We need, things got to change. You may have to give some ultimatums, Cancer. I like you, but I don't love you. I love you, but I don't like you. That type of thing. It'd be for real. Like, yeah, I love you, but I don't like you right now. And that hurts. That hurts people. Like, why you don't like me? But did you hear the part that I said I love you? People don't want to hear that. They don't like love. Yeah, love is bigger than like. But when I tell you I don't like you, that means you need to change up. All right. So we got Healing Heart, middle of the deck, confirming this let go in the past. We got Talking in reverse, middle of the deck. Bottom of the deck is Stabbed in the back. Heartbreak. All right. Separation. So Cancers, you do what you got to do. All right. So we got the Healing Heart here, taking care of yourself. If it means leaving out of it, out of the relationship, out of the situation, then that's what you do to heal your heart. All right. But again, I'm no guru in love there. So you do what you feel is necessary. Okay. So that was Cancer. Let's move on to Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for Scorpio. Scorpio is right up there with Libra and Aquarius as being overt, flirtatious, highly sexual. And yeah, sometimes they'll just let it be known. They will let it be known. They will let it be known. So they are a fixed sign. So they could be a little stubborn, sometimes hard to talk to. But they're water, so they're they have that empathic ways. They're also the dark Kermit, if you will, the Dark Lord. Like they go under that, underworld, death and resurrection. So they could be a little peculiar that way because they've been through some things, and in life, in spirit, they have been through the ringer. So yeah, they could definitely seem a little off. So your card, Scorpio, is dedicated effort. The Three of Pentacles here, but the number 8. So karmic energy could be abundance. Middle of the deck is love abounds. Okay. Also talking about a relationship as well. Somebody dedicated who's there for you. So Scorpio, you might need to be there for Cancer, because Cancer's looking for this dedication. Somebody needs that comfort. And then bottom of the deck is Pisces. The moon card there. So we're coming up to a full moon. Things will be showing up for you in a most peculiar way, Scorpio. Pisces energy there as well, Cancer energy, with 18 breaking down to 9, and that's about an ending. So maybe a karmic relationship is ending, so that there's a lot of new beginnings here. Thank you to this full moon that's coming up, because it is setting some things straight, not only in relationship, but with ourselves. It's revealing to ourselves, the man in the mirror, right? Facing our inner selves, facing that, the child in us. Okay. So that's good energy to focus on. All right. So what is this dedicated effort? This is earth energy as well. So Taurus is another one of those little ride or dies. Virgo, and Capricorn. Capricorns can be too, but they really, it's like they won't hang on to the wheels fall off like a Cancer will, and that's Cancer's Achilles heel. You know, it's like Cancers will have to be like their knees scraped up all the way on the floor, like holding on, like until they realize, like, you know what, nah. And Capricorn, before it even gets to that level, because they'll get out, but it's like, nah, I'm good. And Virgo, because they're mutable, they'll just be like, I've been done a long time ago. This is just appearance. It's just appearance right now. Okay, so what do we have? Ooh, the Queen of Pentacles, more Earth energy. Okay, so that's Mother Earth. You got middle of the deck, Ace of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles. Yeah, Scorpio. Now Taurus is your sister sign, so you could be dealing with the Taurus, and you know this person is going to be dedicated. This person is going to give you the effort. They're going to give you the stability. They're going to give you the nurturing. They're fertile if you're looking to, you know, implant. But they're going to be giving you the stability that you need. They're going to give you the dedicated. They'll put up that effort for you, Scorpio. Definitely a match. When they say match made in heaven, like that cliche, so true. Look at this, because you got the sun shining here. All right. And then look, boom. This is okay. All right. Well, now we know that that's going on. Let's go into the love department. Let me just drink a little bit of my tea. Okay. So I dedicate this one to my favorite girl. She's the only woman in this whole wide world. R. Kelly, a Capricorn. Okay. So we got divine timing here in reverse. Freeing yourself, middle of the deck in reverse. And forgiveness, bottom of the deck. So whatever stuff was going on in your past, Scorpio, you're being, you're going to be brought to this divine partner. Okay. It's like the twin flame kind of energy. I don't want to use it, but it is kind of like that, but more like the soulmate. It's the yin and the yang. It meets and meshes right in with you, Scorpio. Okay. This person that's going to be brought to you. And it is within divine timing. They could be someone from another part of the world, another country. They could have a British accent, all right, or a New York accent. But it's someone from like a different part of where you live at, where you reside. You could be, from the country down south, in the States. But there's another accent, and that doesn't matter. I'm just saying that look out for that. That's your person. Or you guys are on different time zones, East Coast, because London is on the East, is Atlantic, so is New York. And you could be like California somewhere, or Oregon, again, Midwest, right? Mountain time. So definitely different time zones. And they can be a Virgo or a Taurus or a Capricorn, Scorpio. Girl talk. Time with your friends, moving on, happily single. Right, because you could be single right now, and if you are a female Scorpio, you're having your girls' time, doing your girls' trips, etc. You're living your life. But this could be someone that you're talking to. or someone that you see, there's someone that's going to present themselves to you. This could be online, because mostly this is how interact these days anyway. It's online. There could be a physical thing going on here, or this is a Scorpio man talking with the female. Okay, so getting to know each other, having that conversation. Middle of the deck is cassette, outdate thinking. Right. That's why I feel like this person you'll meet, a Scorpio, is not somewhere you're used to. Okay. And the accent thing may be different. The accent thing maybe is what it is that draws you, like, ooh, I like the way you talk. So we got kisses here in reverse. So like not so, you're not being so overt. You just really want to get to know somebody and have this, connection, this real-time connection, even if you're in different time zones. It's wanting to have that real connection. All right. And it will come. It could possibly come during the next Earth sign there, and that would be in Virgo. So the end of August, September. All right. All right. So Scorpio, that's your message. All right. Pisces. Now, Pisces is my number one. It's my number one sign. Yes. I'm biased. Why? Because I have mostly grown up with the Pisces men, and they just adored me. They loved me. They showed me the ropes. I gave birth to a Pisces. Her father's a Pisces. So yeah, like the energy. But too much of it is like. Now Pisces. Is that Wally? Wally's in the building. Salute, salute. Love so many people. Uh-oh, what happened? See, StreamYard is acting wonky right now. Love so many people used to music social. Okay. Sing Hurricane. All right, so Pisces is mutable. They out of the water signs, they just float in and out. Lovable. Yes, dedicated to family, friends, but they have a dark side because of that second little fish that floats in there, and they're the fish that's underwater that you don't see, and that's where the addiction problems, codependency issues come up. So gambling, sex, drugs, alcohol. Those could be the Pisces downfall. But I always advocate for Pisces and say, if anybody wanted that really true hallmark, love, the little joys and stuff that you see, get you a Pisces. Because they'll do that. They're, like I said, me and my husband, just walks, to me are like that. So I mean, we would walk and talk for miles, because we live in New York City, so walking is a thing for us. Most New Yorkers walk wherever they go. And yeah, we would walk from Manhattan all the way to the Bronx. And, by train, that's like a 30-40 minute ride. So can you imagine by walking? And we would talk, grab something to drink on the way, maybe some smoke. And that made my day. Again, I'm simple. That really made my day. So yeah, Pisces. Mm-hmm. All right. And I miss my dad. My dad was a Pisces. So. And there is a distinction between February Pisces and March Pisces, because the February Pisces is kind of still under that Aquarian energy, but the March Pisces are feisty. It's like, okay, you know what? You need to calm all that temper down And then they'll just go off into la la land and love, and it's like, all right, Pisces, what? Yeah. Okay, so you have here flow. Okay. Wheel of Fortune, Capricorn energy. Middle of the deck is the Hierophant, Taurus energy. Bottom of the deck is the Empress, more Venus energy there, and nurture. Okay. So anytime we see a 10, that is a new beginning, but an ending had to happen for this new beginning. Definitely when we see and when we hear Wheel of Fortune, we think finances. True, but you could be fortunate in, like my grandmother used to say to us, I may not be rich in money, but I am with family. Like I'm wealthy in family. And we lose hindsight. Yes, we need money, but what are we without family? You know what I mean? And even family, if it's just one other person, that's your family. So Pisces, there definitely could be another, there could be a child coming through for you. Or if you're not in a relationship, there is someone on the horizon. There's a healing element going on here too. You may want to, I don't know if this is maybe just one Pisces that baptism, born again Christian, or revert into some kind of religion. All right, which is that, that's fine. That, sometimes we need that shedding what we listen. We all go through everything. We can't judge what the next person's going through. So, it's giving me very much Apostle Paul. Paul, I don't know why I keep saying Apostle, Paul the Apostle. Oh, you know what? Paul did go through a lot of stuff. Paul became Saul because he was not, Paul was a very mean, bad, person. He was a non-believer. I don't want to get too much religion and biblical, but I was indoctrinated into that stuff. So, if you want to read up on that, you can. Paul the Apostle, or Your Name is Paul. Okay. Or you feel like I really don't want, because that's where I'm going with it, and I really don't want to, because I know some people are like, man, I don't believe in no religion. And it's like, I know, but there's stories, and sometimes we need to hear those stories to like help us think morally, you know what I mean? So whatever. Let's clarify then, what is this Wheel of Fortune? Okay, some communication coming through for you. This could be somebody that you're dealing with at a distance, long distance. So maybe Scorpio, you're dealing. Who was the one with the accent? Scorpio. Could be Scorpio. Well, 10 of Wands. Wow, 10. Okay, so there's that. No, excuse me, 7 of Wands. So again, protecting energy. Really very protective here. 7 of Pentacles, middle of the deck, in reverse. So having to do with work. And then we have the Chariot here, Cancer energy in reverse. So Pisces, if you're not looking to, procreate things of that nature, then definitely protection. Okay. Because somebody's flow, not to be TMI, but somebody's flow is not regular. Okay. So you could get caught up there, and then it's like, boop. There's a little one coming through. So, yeah. All All right, let's go into the love department. Quality time, spending quality time with someone. Okay. All right. So, and it could be a fire sign that you're dealing with, that you could be dealing with, or all right. So, healing family issues. Middle of the deck is staying optimistic about your love life. Yeah, I don't really think reconciliation in reverse. Yeah, I don't really see that there's a relationship here. My mommy's here. She said, "I'm listening to you, sweetheart. Thank you." Me too, 5 years. Yeah, Hurricane. Wealth. I'm rich with wealth and knowledge, wisdom and knowledge. Right. My mama's in the building. Oh, I'm getting to Pisces. She could vouch and verify what the Pisces is like, because her father was the Pisces, and she was married to my dad, who was a Pisces. So, and she's like, I'm out. Like, I can't. She loves them, but then she's like, I'm done with y'all. Y'all are too much. I tell you, Pisces could be too much. Like, we love you, Pisces, but at the same time, it's like, you're doing too much, sir. All right, what is this healing family issues? So Pisces, yeah, it's like your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, or your children forgiving you. Because again, this is, as I said about my grandma, it's that, I may not have a lot of money. I'm not wealthy with money, but I'm wealthy with family. I have my kids here. She had great grandkids visiting her, staying with her, living with her. So that was her, her wealth. So when we heal family issues, and there is someone there in the backdrop, that spirit there, when we heal our family issues, things get a lot better in our relationship with our own spouse, right? Having these one-on-ones with your parents, or just understanding, because parents didn't come with instructions. They got their own trauma that they were dealing with, right? And we crucify them for the things. Now listen, if a parent abused beyond the, that physical and other abuse and stuff like that, then yes, I don't know if there is a person that could forgive for that. But when I'm talking about, the misunderstandings, or they didn't let you go outside because, they didn't want you to, hurt yourself, and you're like, oh, my parents were just so mean. They were, the helicopter parents, and I had to stay in, and da, da, da. It was for your own protection. So Pisces, having to talk with maybe you talking to your children. And if you don't, this is the time when you do meet somebody and you want to, have a relationship, understanding what your parents' weaknesses and their strengths were, so that you kind of right the wrong in some ways, because nobody's perfect. All right, so we got the chaser here, the runner and the chaser. So I don't know, Pisces, you could be like, with this Chariot card here in reverse, this is like two different directions. Bottom of the deck is the camera. So reminiscing, Pisces will do that. They will sit there and they'll reminisce. And my mom and my dad have been divorced for what? I don't know how many years, Mom. It's almost 40 years. And right before he passed away, 3 weeks before that, he's like, I still love you. So they'll hold on to that love like nobody's business. So Pisces, you're gonna have to give up the ghost on certain things. Like if you're going through some type of metamorphosis and being by yourself, then so be that. Because I feel like it's like, also again, biblically speaking, you can't serve two masters. because it's like you have to give into one of these things wholeheartedly. So if it's like giving into your family wholeheartedly, and it's not to say that you can't serve source and, you know, God, Most High, Allah, Jehovah, Yahweh, whoever you want to say, whatever you want to say. But it's like I said, with that second baptism or this born again, it's almost like you have to be removed from certain people, certain places. So you can't be chasing and running after, or they're chasing and running after you. Just letting your person know, hey, listen, I'm, you know, going through some things. And this, my road, again, Paul, right? He had to go down the road of Damascus. I really don't want to go biblically on you guys, really, because I know some people don't subscribe to that, but it's definitely, if you're interested and you're curious, read the Apostle Paul. Okay, he had to go down. There was the two roads, the fork in the road. All right. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it like that, Pisces. All right, so that is it for you guys. And let's get you your wisdom oracle. My total opposite, right? My mom says my total opposite. Yes, Pisces is the sister sign to Virgo. Show. Alrighty, so let's get the water signs here. Okay. And then we'll be moving on to fire, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. All right, what is this? Oh, shoot. I did the wrong deck. My bad. For the water signs. Okay, so we have, peace. I like that for water signs. They need a little peace in their life. No place like home, middle of the deck. And bottom of the deck is truth be told. So seeking Cancer and Scorpio specifically, right? So a peace here is your card, water signs. That's religion again. I'm sorry. It's you know, I grew up in it. I went to school. But you know, in the quote, it says, peace I give unto you, right? And then there's a dove here. So when we see the dove, that's about God, source, Allah, Yahweh, you know what I mean, right? That it's giving a covenant to you, giving this peace. There's that new beginning. Again, Pisces, you know, there's that egg there. So new beginning. All right. So much going on. 23 breaks down to 5. So that's about change, coming out of conflict, because it could be change, conflicts, confusion. But God is not of chaos and confusion. Okay. And trust the process, and trust in your faith, whatever your faith is. Now, if you are not a religious person, but you're spiritual, it's going in within yourself, because everything that's outside of you is inside of you, as above, so below. So it's all within us. But there is something infinite and outside of us that makes things happen as well. So trust this process, water signs. Know that there's change coming about. And with all that, it's bringing peace. Out of all this chaos that you've been through, it's bringing peace. Okay? All right, that's what I have for you guys. Now, let's move on to fire. First up is Leo, my other favorite. Leo. Leo is sun. Leo represents the sun, like Cancer is the moon. And it shines. It shines bright. It don't give a rat's ass what it shines on and who it shines on. It's going to shine. They are fixed, so they could be a little, stubborn as well. But like Pisces, like Cancer, like Taurus, they love it. And this is not to minimize or diminish the other signs, but in observation, these signs, really are attentive with their family. Like they, Leos, they will, out of experience, especially the women Leos, they will do for their families however they can. And they love big, they love grandiose, but in meaningful ways, not like, splurging with gifts, and just taking that as, well, here, this is how I love you, and showering you with gifts. No, they show up in love in a different way. So, all right, so Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have here in the Gemini season? Alrighty. So we got sadness and isolation. The other card, those are too many that came out. Okay, embrace. So moving on, middle of the deck, moving on. And bottom of the deck is rest and reconsideration. All right, Leo. So you've been through some things, you're going through some things, you are breaking out of a cocoon, some type of the isolation that you were going through. Could have been dealing with a death or some type of separation that felt like a death. Okay, an ending going on there. You also have kind of like this resurrection, this new you after we come out of this rehabilitation and resting. There could have been an accident, all right, where you had to be, down for a commission, down and out. Okay, so now you're standing tall. There might have been something to do with your legs or some illness that took effect. Okay. Again, medical disclaimer, not a medical professional. Just calling it as I see it. All right, let's clarify a little bit here. What is this sadness and isolation? Grief will do that too. It'll make you, you'll be sitting in sadness for some time. And, rest, recovery, reconsideration, this is a cycle. And maybe this cycle is coming up where you're like, okay, there's an acceptance. It could be a death of a loved one or a death of a relationship. Because that could make you feel like that's the end of the world too. And or an illness, something that you never saw coming, never happened to you, and then boom, you get struck down with something that, is debilitating. Okay. So that's could be a death, sadness, because that wasn't you. All right, let's clarify. What is this sadness and isolation? Alrighty. So again, rest and reconsideration. 4 of Swords in reverse, the 3 of Cups. So coming out with celebration with family, friends now. And the 5 of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. Yeah, you're coming out of this lack, this sadness, this, the 4 of Swords has to do with taking time out, having to rest. You could have been going through a burnout, maybe something to do financially. But this is all coming to an end. And the Swords represents air, So Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Yeah, you needed to isolate yourself from some people, somebody, family, friends. Okay. Let's move on to the love department. Could have been a separation from, a lover, a spouse. I'm hearing Diana Ross's song, I'm Coming Out. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Gotta let it show. I'm coming. See how he's just like popping out, like, I'm coming out. I'm shining. Leo energy. Like, how more dynamic can you be? I don't know. Mom, was Diana Ross a Leo? Is she a Leo? Was. No, oh, she's an Aries. That's a fire sign. All right. So we got passion here. Okay. The Aries. You could be dealing with an Aries, Leo. Momentum, middle of the deck, a gift for someone special. There you go. And past life relationship, bottom of the deck. You have known each other before. So, yeah, if this was a seriously bad breakup or, an ending that you didn't see coming but needed to, there's somebody new coming in the horizon here with this passion. Okay. And they could be a fire sign like yourself. Somebody from the past. Okay, we don't, if it was a good ending with the past, we don't want to revisit those past relationships that was like, and we're spinning the block just for argument's sake. It's like, nah. There's a reason why it's called an ending. Okay. So what is this passion here? Yeah, because of all this, you might have had to go through like some even spiritual transformation as well, like Scorpio, where it's like now whoever's being brought to you is being divinely guided towards you. Okay, it's a reason why this person is showing up in your life. There always is. So, yeah. Friends could, or family members could, and watch out for that though, because the blind date thing is cool, but it's just like you want to hone in and be like, well, what are they really about? Yeah, rebuilding here, middle of the deck. So rebuilding yourself, rebuilding a relationship, or really it's about rebuilding yourself here. And then we got seduction, bottom of the deck. So this could be a fiery, passionate relationship coming up. But that's why I said be careful with the hookups, because with the golden mirror clarifying this passion, it says self-absorbed, narcissistic, one-sided, and love bombing. So yeah, you want to screen out this next person, even, or screen out a couple of people before you get to to your person, rather, because all that glitters is not gold, right? They could be the most handsomest or beautiful woman, man you've ever seen, right? And they could be talking the sweet little nothings in your ears, and that all makes sense, Leo, right? But that's not what you're looking for. You just came out of some tumultuous things, whether it be, physically, because your body, whatever the case may be, right? You just came out of something. And to then jump into this like quickness or one-sided relationship, it's like, nah, I don't just want it to be sexual. Like, I need more stability there. Okay. So yeah, weaning out some people before you get to your one, Leo. That's what you're doing. So if your friends or your family's trying to like hook you up, or they think you, screen them before, because I feel like it will be a few people before you get to your person. All right. Okay, Leo. So that's what I have for you. Let's move on next to Sagittarius. My little peculiar creatures, as I call you guys. They're the mutables, so they, go with the flow. They're the unassuming, but they're a fire sign, so don't mess with them, because they'll show you their little heat. They'll show you the heat, and you don't want to be a part of that, because it's like, dang, Sagittarius is, wow. You don't want to be on the other side of Sagittarius, because to me they're so sweet, and it's just like, really, like, they're cool. They'll be there for you as well. Um, but it's like there's a sensitiveness to Sagittarius, so it's just like, don't be on their bad side. Don't burn them out. Okay, Hurricane's still here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, yeah, we're almost clear there. Maybe in another 30 minutes, I'm gonna get to the fire sign. Oh, the earth signs. So now we have up next is Sagittarius, right? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So yeah, there's not too much to say about Sagittarius like that. Just, yeah, you want to try to stay on their good side as best as possible, because that keeps them happy. Them being mad and things like that off balances them, because that's not like them. They really get depressed and sad if there's some turmoil and depression and sadness going on there, right? So you want to try to be as nice. Be nice. So they won't set you on fire. They'll just break out, like, and you'll be like, damn, I really miss Sagittarius. Because they're kind of like the life of the party too. They have that energy. So, all right. What is that? Daydreams and decisions, Sag. You got here. Middle of the deck is open up. Bottom of the deck is love abounds. Love abounds. Number 1. All right, so that's giving me the Ace of Cups energy. So love, healing, new relationship. This also, anytime there's aces, that's coming from source. Okay, Most High, God, Allah, however you want to distinguish that's what that's coming in from. So daydreams and decisions is your card number 7. That's, again, highly spiritual number. So intuition, getting your dreams, these daydreams, bringing them into fruition, making decisions that you need to make, whether it be, spiritually, about love, about, the world, because I'm getting that too, like, that Heal the World song by Michael Jackson. Heal the world, make it a better place. So could be dealing with a Virgo, but yeah, it's just like there's this healing going on for you too. What's up with the fire signs? Yeah, you guys are so far Leo, and the last 2 signs, water, Scorpio and Pisces. There's like this healing and new beginnings. I like it. I like this energy. Thank you, Gemini, because Gemini is giving us this energy. It's air. It moves. All right. So what do we have here? Let's clarify daydreams and decisions. Heart chakra. Okay. Yeah. Earth energy there. So maybe tapping in more into your heart chakra. Okay. That will give you a better clarity. Maybe not so much the third eye, but the heart, to make these decisions. I mean, we need it both, but I feel like instead of less mental and more of the feeling, Sagittarius. And maybe doing some mudras that are associated with the heart chakra. Okay, mudras is with your fingers. You do certain positions in the fingers that are assigned to the heart chakra. Also listening to the I'm listening to a heart chakra frequency right now on YouTube. Okay. So clarifying your daydreams is the Chariot here. Okay, Cancer energy. The Six of Wands, middle of the deck. Fire energy, bottom of the deck is the King of Wands. So you could be dealing with a Cancer. Yeah, so Cancer needs, that's an interesting pair. Cancers and Sagittarius. It can work. But Cancers might be a little, maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my mother, too cold. Cancers might be like that with Sagittarius. I'm not going through all that. Like, no. But decisions, and Cancer is mother, so Sagittarius could be King of Wands, and then this Chariot. There could be like parental issues or parental healing that, with this love abounds, is what you'll be doing. Decisions. Also, the Chariot has to do with decisions as well. Moving forward. It's a very fast forward moving, but it's like you got to know where you're going. But there'll be two roads. There'll be two ways, and it's like you need to know, in which direction. This also could deal with the car as well. So maybe you've been kind of fantasizing about, what, I need a new car, or I would like a faster car, or maybe a motorcycle, making those decisions, because you like to move around, Sag. You guys are little travelers. So, yeah. All right, let's move on to the love life. Hold on a second. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Gemini. Prince. And that song is When Doves Cry. That's what I'm channeling right now. So you guys can listen to the words, especially Sagittarius. Okay, so love life. What's going on in that department? I don't necessarily see anything right now for you guys. Or it's just kind of like the love life thing is at a standstill. Or if you are involved with somebody, they're at a distance. So, making the decision of wanting to move in with them or moving closer towards them. There could be a deceased mother here for you, Sagittarius, where they might have been the one to help you with like decisions, strategizing, making moves. Okay. I don't know. Now I feel like crying. Ugh. Okay. Okay, so magnetism finally comes back out again, and it's upright. So there is a gravitational pull to each other. That's that Chariot moving closer to each other. And again, making these decisions, or maybe you are making the decision to go see them, travel to go see them, not necessarily live near them, but that's up to you. But I feel like, there's so much. Yeah, these are for the Sagittarius that are involved with somebody, that there is this, there's this good chemistry going on here. You guys are physically attracted to each other, mentally. Middle of the deck is the twin flame recognition in reverse. So, it's not this big, like, oh my God, this is my soulmate. Da, da, da. No, but this is someone that you're connecting with, and you feel good about. Also, bottom of the deck here for this magnetism is love language, quality time. Yeah, getting to be the witness to each other's lives. So definitely moving closer, or visiting them, seeing them, spending a little more time with them, right? Because magnetism came up about 4 times already. It's like, listen, damn it, I'm going to show up in somebody's. I'm coming up, but it's upright this time, so it's like, yeah, man. Okay, so we have camera clarifying this magnetism, reminiscing, keepsake, making memories, learning from the past. Seduction showed up, reverse, middle of the deck, bottom of the deck is passion. Insane chemistry, like each other equally, right? Having fun. Yeah, yeah. It's, it's not the like, oh, this is my soulmate. I can see, it's this, no, but I like this person. I'm having a good time. I'm having fun. I want to see them more. I hope to see them more. Maybe you're daydreaming about seeing them more, right? So making the decision, jumping in that vehicle, whether it's, public transportation, mass transportation, or, your own vehicle, it's, going to see them, or suggesting they come to see you, however, whatever it is, right? But just know that, yeah, you take the initiative, you make the decision. Okay, Sag? All right, that's what I have for you. Let's move on to Aries, the last of the fire signs. That's cardinal. Aries is the baby of the zodiac. So starts at 1. They're fiery, they're cardinal. So I don't really get too much pushback with Aries. They have their tendencies, they're good. I was reading a book about their love life or sexual life, and I'm just like, oh, this is very dominatrix type stuff, very kinky and not for the usual. Okay, so you get involved with an Aries, just know they have some kinks, some like some kinks that you was like, whoa, all right. And I don't know if you want to consider it freaky or just like kinky, because it's almost like a borderline with Aries. But good people, good nature. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have for Aries. Cardinal. Okay, so what do we have for you guys? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, so we got control here, the Strength card. So Leo energy, more fire there. And then we have the Devil card, Capricorn. Middle of the deck, bottom of the deck is strengthening bonds. With that Strength card here, 8. So there could have been something karmic, or there's this abundance. Maybe there's abundance and strength going to be happening with you, Aries. You may need to strengthen up your intuition or gain control of it. All right. The hawk, if you see a hawk, or some birds keep coming around you, or like you read about it, or that your animal totem is the hawk specifically, then that's the energy. Not and or an owl, because owls are wisdom. All right, let's clarify. Let's control. You may want to wear a crystal that works with the Leo energy and or the heart chakra, which is usually something green, or not necessarily. The rose quartz works with the heart chakra, this right here. Okay, so you might want to wear that around you for, for a while. And or work with your third eye chakra, so you could get the amethyst and do some meditations with that there, or you could get a clear quartz as well and work with your psyche. I feel like that's more like internal. It'll help you strengthening up that. You might need to be more like intuitive, as where your other fire sign was more head and not heart. You need head. You, I think it was Sagittarius, as they need the heart as opposed to the head, and you need the head now and not so much the heart. But you can work with the heart chakra as well. Like both can be simultaneously. All right, so clarifying this, yeah. So yeah, you give one to the other. The Six of Pentacles is showing up for this strength card here. So earth energy, and the Six of Pentacles is that energy of giving and taking, giving and receiving. So yeah, working on, I wouldn't necessarily work on both chakras at the same time, because they require different energies, different crystals, different uh, yoga poses, different frequencies. So you could, 1 week work on the heart chakra, the next week work on your third eye, your pineal gland, or 6 days, one section, 8 days, something like that. Something where it's, well, 6 and 8 is not really balanced, but something that balances, it balances out. Okay. You got the Tower card, middle of the deck in reverse. Scorpio energy, and the King of Cups, so more water energy here, Pisces energy. So you could be dealing with a water sign or earth sign. Aries, where maybe strengthening your bonds with this partner as well, giving that, the give or take. And this could be actually also finances as well. You may need to take control of finances, bonds. I don't know if you're into that, the crypto coins and all that stuff out there. So yeah, you may need to take control of that. All right, be more on top of it if you have this stuff going on. Okay. All right, let's move into the love department. All right, you fire signs are getting a little in depth here with me. Sheesh. Okay. What is here for Aries? Ooh, third party. Yikes. All right, we got soulmate here in reverse. Bottom of the deck is twin flame recognition in reverse. That might be where the pulling back and having the strength to pull back from somebody. Okay, you may be dealing with a karmic situation, and that's 8. Okay, so yeah, could be dealing with a karmic situation, having the strength, using that intuition to know better, because your heart is invested, your mind, your whole essence is involved, right? And somebody's out there, investing in others. So this is your time to invest in yourself, Aries. Pull back, use that intuition, trust the heart. But in order to strengthen that, is you got to work on it. as well. Okay. All right, let's clarify a little bit more. What's this third party? Cupid's arrow, heartbroken, middle of the deck. Bottom of the deck is the mask, not showing their true feelings, gaslighting, delude, and Cupid's arrow. It says, have faith. It does say love is coming, but this is not that situation. Invitation or meeting and hesitation. That's where I'm getting this Cupid's arrow, hesitation with this third party. Because it's like hesitant. I'm hesitant to confront this person. Maybe you should, right? But it's right time, making sure that our emotions are not going to get the best of us. We got to be logical here, Aries, because you are fire sign and you can flip. So it's just, being calculated and just seeing things for what it is. This person could be having a relationship and, it may not be physical yet. It could be just like the little flirtiness going on. It could be somebody at work or somebody in close proximity to each other that you're like, you know what? We're nipping this in the bud right now. Like I see certain things I've been holding back, right? Because this is you, Aries, in the background. Like I've been holding back. But now it's, I gotta say something. All right. Oof. All right. Good luck, Aries. That is your message. Messy. Moving on. Let's get you your wisdom oracles. Fire signs. What's the message here for fire? Okay, they coming out. So happy, middle of the deck. And bottom of the deck is Yang. Yang, number 1. Your card, fire, is imagine. Okay, I think that's Sagittarius right there. The dream. Okay, daydreams. Imagine with this Yang here. So Aries, yeah, it's putting yourself first, taking the initiative on things. It's 20 breaking down to 2. So, if you're working with a partnership, relationship, imagining, doing that manifestation. I think magnetism came out. That was Sagittarius, if I'm not mistaken. So, mind over matter in some ways. And for most of us, we gotta, in the fire energy here, we gotta really think logically. Not to say we can't use emotions, but logic needs to take over on certain things. Yeah, because there is a moon there too showing. So it's like, while we want to hold on to emotions, you gotta use the good old imagination, the good old, good old mind. All right, let's move on to earth signs. Virgo, my mama, my master teacher, sun, moon, rising, and Venus, mutable. As we discussed, it is a sister sign to Pisces. So they are the creative ones in the earth. Very artsy. Could be whatever, actress, singer, painter. Let's see what else. I don't know. My mom is cool, so I guess I'm being biased. But they can kind of be like that Aquarian energy of like take or leave, like ghosting in some ways. Like I could live with or without this or that. So, but that's mutable. That's mutable energy. So they can fluctuate and go through some things, and other than than their counterparts there. So that's what a Virgo is. All right, so let's see what's cooking for you guys. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for Virgo. All right, so we finally made it up to the Earth mark. Hurricanes have been here waiting patiently. This Capricorn self. Capricorns can be very patient. They can. All right, so we got Temperance here. Sagittarius energy release. All right, Virgo release. 13 breaking down to 4. Middle of the deck is changing times. So releasing some old ways of doing things, old ways of maybe like healing, because the Temperance card has to do with healing. And then bottom of the deck is you also got rest and reconsider. So yeah, definitely could be, how you've dealt with your healing in the past. You may need to have more rest, or you may need to reconsider the structure of how you like take care of yourself. Also mental. What's going on with the mental now? I think once we left air signs, we all went we got serious. 13 breaking down to 4. That's building. It's foundation, it's solid. But sometimes being in the boxes us in. We don't, while we could see all 4 corners, we're not seeing outside of the box. And Virgo is very detail oriented. So sometimes they do miss the mark on what's outside of them, right? So during this time in Gemini season, because you're in an air energy, Virgo, it's relying on what's on the outside, maybe gathering some information on the outside of like how to, this is more geared like for like your health. All right. And maybe on how you can, again, not a medical professional, so that's my disclaimer, on rest, recuperation, releasing some things, maybe releasing some toxins. So like Epsom salt is one way of, doing soap baths and releasing some toxins from us, or from you rather, Virgos. All right, let's clarify. What is this this release? Stress, okay, because it's over here pointing to the neck, the shoulders, the head. So mental stress, this is why you need to rest. Find some relaxing things to do, or vacationing, or if you can't, just finding other things, other alternatives that help with stress, and not indulging in alcohol, because temperance can be also that too, indulging in to that. All right, or liquids, anything that's not good for you. Okay, Virgo. All right, so you have the Death card. Now, yes, it is figuratively, and it is metaphorically. Middle of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups in reverse. So you have 2 major arcana here, so very heavy energy. Now, anytime the Death card shows up, that is about releasing, letting go, and also renewing, transformation. The Death card is a Scorpio energy. So as I was talking about Scorpios earlier, they're the underworld. They deal with all that esoteric, underground, underworld stuff. And yes, we know that stress can lead to death. So if we're not finding a way to transmute this energy of stress and, tension, there is the possibility, right? So think of it as you're transmuting one energy into the other, right? Releasing and letting go of negative inputs that you may be putting into your head, or that you're seeing, or that has been in your body, right? This could be anything from parasites in your body, which can cause, listen, it's a health thing too, but it's mind and health, right? Rest, finding different ways of, which it's not rest only means laying in your bed sleeping, but taking some time doing maybe some light exercises, some yoga poses, positions, again, listening to the frequencies as I'm listening to right now, spending maybe 4 minutes on that, just a couple of minutes or so a day. It takes 20 days, 30 days, they say, for something new to start, and then boom, you got it down pat, right? So releasing and letting go of any just pretty much waste, toxicity, okay? Balance, and balancing yourself, everything in moderation in life, okay? All right, so let's move on to the love department. Virgos, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Maybe you're releasing a Scorpio out of your life. A Scorpio and a Virgo. That might be something there. I think y'all are very similar though, right? No, mutable and fixed. I don't know. Scorpio might be the toxic one. Virgo, just saying. Because like I said, Scorpio be out there, man. Word on the street is Scorpio be out there. So maybe you're releasing that person. Okay. All right, so you got spirit soul path, a personal evolution within your relationship. All right. Middle of the deck is calling in your soulmate in reverse. And then bottom of the deck is physical connection, a sacred union of bodies, two becoming one. So Virgo, it's like once you drop the 0, you're getting with the hero. Okay. So as I said, transformation, when there's an ending, there's a beginning. And when you're releasing certain people, places, and things out of your life, right? God brings in, source brings in someone new, puts you on your spiritual soul path. Okay, so this person is going to maybe they are enlightening you, as while Virgo, I don't know if it's a Scorpio. It could be you too, Virgo. You might be a little toxic too, Virgo. You might have to let go of your own toxicities in order for you to bring in this so-called soulmate, soul path. I don't see it as a soulmate per se, but definitely somebody who will help, evolve and get you out of one way of, thinking and being, extending your mind out to other possibilities. Okay. This person could be like not that skin color matters, but whatever. Somebody's lighter than the other. So when you know that's your person, it's like, oh, wait a minute. Lighter than the other. Somebody's caramel complexion and the other one's light skinned. But love is love, right? So they tell us. Okay. So what is this soul path here? Whoa, whoa. All right. So separation, talking, middle of the deck. Bottom of the deck is girl with a snake. Empath, narcissist. Yeah, somebody is an empath. I mean, is a narcissist. Listen, Virgo and Scorpio, it could be both of you. Okay, so letting go of that toxicity. All right, working on you, getting your stress levels together, healing your body, all the things that you need to take care of yourself first and foremost before you could jump in with any relationship with anybody, because you have some healing to do. All right. This soul path separation is clarifying the sadness, missing of you, thinking and yearning, unsure of the future. Right, because this is a future thing. This is not somebody from the past that's coming through and you hooking up. This is your divine counterpart. That you have to take care of yourself first and foremost before somebody can come in. Okay, before God, let's say, brings this person into you, because there's a reason why they're coming in, and it's because you've done some work. All right, and they're going to be helping you on your soul path. They may not be here for the long haul, but they're going to be here because there's a reason why they're needed in your life. All right, so that's what I have for you, Virgo. That is your message. All right, Capricorn. We finally get to the goat. The goat. Now, these guys, like Taurus, we would call them the financiers. They know how to handle money, get money. They're the bosses. Save. Yeah, and really good at that. I would say they're good with family as well. They're definitely family oriented to an extent. Again, there's no shade with them, but it's observation. They could be a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs at times, but who isn't? Definitely have this stalker-ish way about them for sure. That's what I peeped. And yeah, that's about it. Otherwise, I don't have no beef with Capricorn. I like them. Okay. Let's put Capricorn up here. They have a good heart for sure. That I know. And they will help you out in a pinch. But like I said, me and my little schoolmate from back in the days, boy, we was getting in trouble. Getting in trouble. Grounded, couldn't stay over at each other's house. Ugh. Mm-mm-mm. All right, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. What is the message? What is the message for Capricorn and Gemini season? No, I wouldn't say. Yeah, because stalkish, possessive. That's what I was gonna say. Stalkish, only because if they can't have their way, they may want to see why they can't be the one. Why they're not really in your life like that. But yeah, they could be possessive, man or woman. Trust me, they could be possessive, especially when they love and they don't want nobody else around you. They will be like, "Oh, you're mine, 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 mine." Like, and I thought Cancers could be like that, but no, Capricorns is definitely a little possessive of their person or their people, their friends. their close friends. They're not like that with everybody. It's really like their closest friend or sibling. Yeah, very protective, but it's borderline possessive. I'm just saying, Hurricane, that's not your story. I'm just saying that's my observation with the Capricorn folks. Yes, and it's men and women, not just the men. Okay, what's Capricorn's message? All right, so you got the Empress here, nurture. Middle of the deck is just breathe. And bottom of the deck is new vitality, Ace of Wands here. So new beginnings. Again, anytime we see the aces, we know that this is divinely brought to us. Okay, new beginnings, fire sign. So you have the Empress card here, male, female. Don't worry about the sexes here. It's the energy. It's ruled with Venus. And so there goes that love, there goes that beauty, and there goes money. When we're talking about Capricorns getting that money, right? So if this is a female Capricorn, she is really on top of her A game. There's going to be there's a big new beginning happening for you. This could be in the in the romance department, but just overall new beginnings here. For a male Capricorn, could be someone coming along the lines for you as well. It could be a Taurus or a Libra. If you're not in a relationship, there will be someone coming towards you, female. Okay, beautiful queen. Like, I mean, she's the Empress, so you can't play her short at all. Okay, so let's clarify this nurture. Also, Capricorn, though, it's about nurturing yourself as well. We have to take care of ourselves, like Virgo. How could we love somebody if we don't love ourselves? Like, we'll give and we'll do to others, but are we doing that to us? No. Taking care of ourselves, going out into the element, getting that sun. You depending on where you are, because sometimes, I mean, New York City's been so bipolar. Last week for 3 days we were in a heat wave and then it dropped 30 degrees and we had to wear our jackets again. I literally went from Wednesday wearing shorts to Thursday, Friday wearing a jacket and a sweater. Like, okay, so depending on where you're at, getting that sun, being out there, letting it hit your body. All right, taking care of yourself. A lot of fertileness going on too. So Capricorn, if you are with somebody, there could be a baby on the way. And if you're not, and you're not ready for that, just hold on, because there is somebody that is fertile and can bring in this new life. Okay, so we got the Fool card here for you, new beginnings. Yeah, definitely. Eight of Wands, middle of the deck, so communication. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Wands, so more fire energy. You could be dealing with who's fire? Aries, Sagittarius, or a Leo, or if not, an Aquarius here. So you got the Fool card with this Empress, another pair of major arcana. So this energy is heavy, not in a bad way. It's very high, it's very intense. And see that sun, as I was just saying there, boom, you guys got to get on that element. All right, vitality. We're coming out of the winter season, depending on where we are, but in North America, in the northern hemisphere rather, we're getting we're coming into the spring season. So getting out there as best as possible. new beginnings. So a relationship, that's why I said if you're not in a relationship right now, Capricorn, there's someone coming towards you. Okay. This person is very wholehearted. They could be whimsical. They could be risk takers. Um, but beautiful, beautiful. I mean, yeah. You'll know them when you see them. It's almost like the sun shines. They have this aura about them. They definitely could be a Leo. And a Leo, Aquarius, that's sister signs. So you'll know them when you see them. Ken, don't want to be biblical. I'm really trying to bite my tongue, but I'm getting the Proverbs is you know them by the fruits of their loins or the fruits of the labor. Like you'll know this person by what they can provide, what they present, how they move, how they act. It'll all make sense for you. It'll all click for you, Capricorn. All right. So let's move into the love department. They could be at a distance from you, across the country, across the world, across the street. But they're basically they're not near you. Okay, they're not like in your house. Okay, what is this love here? They could work. I don't know why I got that, but they could work like in the beauty industry. Okay. Or you work in the, if this is a female Capricorn, you work in the beauty industry. So, meeting someone in that same kind of industry. Now, before I go into the love, this also could be a same-sex relationship. Okay, June is coming up next week, and for most parts of the country, Pride Month is celebrated. Okay, as I was seeing the rainbow here, they use that as their moniker, but also know that when you see the rainbows, it is a covenant from God. Okay, but this could be a same, female and female type relationship. Just wanted to put that out there. Okay, so the love card is your love language acts of service here in reverse. Middle of the deck is material attachment. So yeah, this could be a Leo. And then we have honest communication, bottom of the deck, Capricorn. So for those that are not, for those that are in a relationship, having these honest communications, it's, as I said, you may be dealing with a Leo, because I said to Leo in their reading that they cannot just go and buy you things and that's their sign of affection. Like they have to put in, like not just give and be like, oh, I love you, here you go. It's the other acts of service, like helping you there's just taking your shoes off and giving you a massage. Like that's helping. Where you can't do something. Let's say you're not feeling well, Capricorn, right? And your partner is like, you know what, I got this. I'll take care of the whole house, got it all. Like they should be doing that anyway, but it's like the little things, or bringing you a cup of tea in bed, or a cup of coffee, or your favorite drink, or whatever. Bringing you a cup of water, right? That's an act of service. So yeah, it's not giving you this big gift and showing, yeah, I love you, right? So could be dealing with a Virgo. Okay, let's clarify this. What is this act of service here in reverse? So having that communication, like, no, like you can't just give me a gift and that's, think that that's it. Like, be there for me, rub my back, massage, like, because it's the Empress card that's showing up. So that's affection, that's love. It's ruled under Venus. So it wants that. It doesn't want only just the physical, aspects. It wants the whole enchilada, the whole shebang. Okay. What is there? So yeah, stability, security, growth, flexibility, and then we got abundance, middle of the deck. Keep a positive mindset, gratitude, manifest exactly what you want. And bottom of the deck is soulmate in reverse. So this is your person. Not saying that's not a soulmate, just saying that, having these communications with each other is healthy. It helps the relationship. It helps us understand one another, right? With this palm tree here. So yeah, financially too. Maybe they can be there supporting you financially, giving you that security, knowing that even though you may got it, you have it. This other person brings that to the table, and there's this dual thing going on here where there's stability and there's growth financially, right? And physically. So that's your message there, Capricorn. That's what I have for you. All right, so let's move on to Taurus, the last of the earth signs, the last of the reading, and they are one of my top 5. I love Tauruses. I love their energy. They are fixed signs, so they can be stubborn, but they love, like Cancer, like Pisces, they wear their heart on their sleeve. They will do so much for others because they love it. Like they're ruled by Venus. So that's their love language. Like they want to do for others. They want to be there and show up. I call Taurus the muscles of the group because they're the bulls as well. But they're the muscles in the group. They get things done. They're dedicated, hardworking. My Miss Sharon's a Taurus. So yeah, these guys are lovable people. But don't, these guys, I don't know why they're not up on the FBI. I don't know why the Cancer's got to be thrown up on number 1, because Tauruses, the saying goes, don't bring a bull into the china shop. You get those Tauruses worked up, boy. They're another one who blacks out. And they'll be like, huh? What? They'll be like, see what you made me do? Like, what? Hey, what I made you do? Yeah, Tauruses, they got a temper on them. They're also good with money. They're the luckiest of the zodiac with getting money. Like they could get windfalls, scratch offs, you name it. Even the numerologists say the Taurus is the luckiest of the signs when it comes to getting money. Sure. Which is true. My son, he's always gotten a job with no problems, like, and didn't even have to wait to get a call back. Like sometimes he'd get the same day, you're hired. Taurus. So okay, so Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have here for you guys in Gemini season? Ooh, all right. So we have the Moon. Middle of the deck is clarity of belief. Bottom of the deck is balance, temperance. Okay. So the Moon, anytime we see that card, it is about emotions, reflection, and something being revealed. Some secret or some inner knowing is being revealed to you. Okay, it's ruled by Pisces or Cancer, because Cancer is ruled by the Moon. And there's this balance. So maybe having to heal, could be a broken heart, could be dealing with the masculine and feminine energy, having to deal with that. 18 breaks down to 9. So endings to bring in a new beginning. All right. Okay. Dealing with the man in the mirror or the inner child. Okay, let's clarify. What is this Moon card? Okay, So that's too many. So you have the Five of Swords there showing up in reverse. Underneath that was the Empress. Okay, so there's Venus showing up. There's you showing up. And then we got the King of Cups, Pisces energy. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, heavy Pisces energy there, or water, and or air sign. So Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. So the Five of Swords here in reverse. This is about having to confront some people. With the Five of Swords, that's always about this energy of, slick talkers, backstabbing, people talking behind your back. But there's this change. Once you put your foot down, Taurus, and it's like, nope, I'm not dealing with these type of people anymore. I said what I needed to say, right? Because swords are about communication as well and about truth. So it's this knowing once that moon, and we're coming up to a full moon in the end of the week. So things will be revealed to you. And you probably already knew this, but it's like, Tauruses will kind of give people a second chance, third chance, but you're done with that. You're done with those type of people that are not there for you. They're always kind of like sideline. They're not a balance for you. They don't equal out what you give. Okay, they take, and they know they can. So confronting this, Taurus, right? Saying what you need to say, leave it, keep it moving. Okie dokie, let's move on to the love department. This could be somebody you're close with, the love of your life. I'm gonna let them know, like, listen, no more taking. Like, I'm tired of this. You gotta put your foot down, bulls. Put your foot down. And I know you don't want to, because bulls don't like confrontation as much as they can go flying off the handle. When there is confrontation, they don't. They avoid it at like all costs. They really don't try to be in that confrontation. So for Tauruses, you might feel a little uncomfortable during this time, as it said here with the full moon. But to get comfortable, we got to get uncomfortable for a second and put our foot down. All right, so what's going on in the love department? Okay, we got flirt. Middle of the deck, we got self-love, love yourself first. And then bottom of the deck is love language, gift giving. So while we were talking about Leo, here, bottom of the deck is gift giving, tokens of reciprocity, hold cherished memories. So that's what I'm saying, Taurus. It's like it has to equal out. You can't keep giving, or even gift giving, showing love, showing acts of affection, and it's not being returned back. These people are just talking about you. They're backstabbers. They act like they're there, but they're not. We got flirt here, extend the light-hearted energy. Well, once people start acting correct, or your significant person there starts acting correct, yeah, I'll do the flirty with you. But no, you're not happy. You're not happy with the way things are going right now. And that's just for some Tauruses, not all. All right, what is this flirt? Clarify this flirt. Flirty. Somebody may think it's cute to flirt and try to schmooze their way because they know they messed up. They know it. All right, kisses in reverse. Yeah, they're trying to like kiss ass. They know that they messed up, but you got to put your foot down, Taurus. You can't just let things slide off. We got mask here. All right. Pretending. That's what they're doing. Then the snake. You got snake twice. Bottom of the deck and your card clarifying this flirt. It's the girl with the snake. And then bottom of the deck is the snake. So somebody's being sneaky. Somebody's snake. Yeah. They think by flirting, they think by giving you gifts that, they're trying to shower you with their affection and stuff, but it's not. It's just to keep them it's just to get you off their neck, and they just want to keep you around. But yeah, it's empath and narcissistic paradigm, being charmed or used, enabled, and then we got boundaries. So using that boundary, okay, because that's what they're doing. They're trying to charm you, Taurus. They're trying to make you, oh, if I flirt with you, oh, if I give you this. No, because I've been doing that. I've been there for you. I've been giving you what you need, affection, whatever it is, love, my time. It's not being reciprocated back. So yeah, let them think. That's your message, Taurus. Let them think long and hard before they come across you again. Now let's get the wisdom oracle for all the signs. For all the earth signs. All right, so what's the message here? All right, so you got chaos and conflict, earth signs. Flexible, middle of the deck. What's this little card? Loyal heart. Okay, there's what Taurus is talking about. Loyal heart, man. You got to be there with me, like in the right way. And bottom of the deck is deep knowing. So things will be revealed. All right, chaos, earth signs, ends conflict with the number 33, their master number. So there's that inner knowing, and we're going to go through this chaos. We're going to go through some conflicts, but it's to, listen, a little bit of that doesn't hurt us because it helps us grow. We learn from these experiences. We have this deep knowing. I think, who was it? Taurus with the bird there? Or was it Capricorn? Somebody has a bird. Oh no. Okay, but no, like with that owl there showing up, that's, wisdom. And without experience, there is no wisdom, right? You don't know it until you go through it. Yeah, you could read about it, but that's not necessarily your experience. That's somebody's experience, or that's somebody writing something down, but it's not something you went through. Okay, so until you go through some conflicts and some chaos, shake and move some things around, and I don't mean physical like that. I'm just saying, like, you gotta, Virgo, like they gotta dust off that negative, vibration, that negative energy, the conflicts that we have within ourselves. Then we'll be better for it. 33 is that Christ consciousness. So relying on your faith, maybe for some people, maybe what they need, and or in the spirit world, just tapping into your intuition and yourself. And as I've been reiterating throughout this reading for everybody, is there's tools out here that help us to get ourselves centered and yin yang with ourselves, right? So listening to some frequencies, whichever chakra you want to work on, whether it's the crown chakra or the throat chakra or the heart chakra, the solar plexus or the root chakra, right? There are frequencies for that. There are mudras for that. There are meditations for that. There is yoga poses for that, right? So there's a lot of stuff that we can do, that we can incorporate. Walking outside, getting grounded out in the elements, right? Walking barefoot if you walk in the grass, or in the sand. It's being tapped in with earth, that frequency, shifting and changing our own like chaotic frequency within us, because we have to be grounded, like, and because we're our feet and the way we live and things like that, we're not really tapped in like that. Yeah, things could get a little chaotic, things could be a little, you know there's the conflicts going on. So getting, right within is going to be key for the earth signs. All right, that is all that I have for you. Let me look at the comments, because I was just going off and I didn't want to miss anybody. And as I'm reading the comments, on the stream on acting funny. Hello. I put the outro out. See, yeah, StreamYard is acting silly. All right, so let's see. There we go. All right. I took a hurricane. That's the last I saw. Okay. Now it's not showing me the comments. Shimon. I'm not getting a reading here. But anyway, once the StreamYard boots right, I'll be able to see all the other comments, because right now it's not showing me. But anybody that is interested in getting a reading, they can buy. Right now on my website, I had to deactivate it, so I don't know when I'll be able to. I got to start from scratch, and I really just don't have the patience for all that. So really, if you have Instagram, you could send me a message, IG. I take 2 business days before I get back to you, because I don't check the IG that so frequently. And I'll do the reading through there, because I don't have the website anymore. So the days are Thursdays and Fridays for now. They may be subject to change in the future, but for right now, they're still going to be Thursdays and Fridays from 1:30 to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, why is it just showing me? That's very weird. How it just stayed right there. It's not showing me the readings. I'm not the reading, the messages. So I can't even see the rest of you messages. That's such a pain in the butt. I don't know what the heck is going on. But I tell you, StreamYard be acting funny sometimes, and then people be paying for this. It's like, look, I ain't paid for this nonsense. You heard me? All right, yes. So the readings. Also check the community section for any updates that I post regarding readings. If there's no reading, if I'm not doing private readings, you always want to check the community section in the YouTube, section there. And also on my Instagram, I do put up, the information, letting you guys know, what's going on. Also, I will be doing the who's coming towards the elements sometime either today. I don't know, because I don't know. Depends on how I feel. But I'll try to get it out before the ends of the week. Who's coming towards the elements in the month of June. And if you're new to the channel and new to that type of reading, what I do is, just like I did here today, I break down all the elements, and it's basically more like a romance kind of thing, of specifically, like, not just how I did the reading today, but just specifically romance and who the sign is. So you can like say, oh, okay, then I'm expected to know a Pisces. Like, I don't know why Pisces. I told you I love me Pisces. But yeah, if it's a Pisces, if it's a Capricorn coming through, it's a Virgo, right? you'll know, because I'll like be able to tell you the signs. All right. So that I'll be doing. Those are mini readings, and I post those up on Instagram and on YouTube. So look out for that. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's covered. I want to see your messages, but for some reason, it's not showing me, and I don't like it. What is this? Okay, Wally. Wally says peace. Thank you. Yeah. Maybe I just have to wait it to load up. But that's going to take forever. It's going to take forever and ever. And yeah, that's really about it. Make sure to hit the like button, though. Send this out to those that may be interested in readings, messages, spiritual messages, if you will. So that could keep the algorithm going here. And if you would like to, support in other ways, on the scroll there is, for financial help. I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily help. Just financial love, I guess. You want to pass the collection around and put a little donation in, then so be it. But for sure, definitely hit the like button and send us out, because I need that algorithm. And that's about it, I guess. I thank my mother for coming through and listening in the backdrop. And for everybody else, Wally, Brother Hurricane was staying on. He's like, wait a minute, I gotta hear this. And Ronan coming through, and everybody else that I didn't see in the chat because I was like going in my reading. I appreciate that. So with that all being said, I will catch you all on the flip side.